course, this year, having gone through, COVID and everything else that has just turned so much upside down, I can't think of a greater need for us right now, actually, than to remember it's not all about us, and to remember that others in this difficult year, and whether that was families, that found it difficult to be together in small confined spaces, or whether that was just individuals who were just questioning, why is this all happening? Whether it's businesses that are really just wondering whether they're even going to be in business, and the instability and the concerns, that people feel. These are all the various concerns that spiritual life and that faith speaks to help give us that broader and greator actual, sense of purpose, and sense of peace, actually, to navigate these incredibly difficult times.
Give it. We call it Chitta Shuddhi. This is a very important concept in Hinduism, that you give it for the purification of your mind. Every act which is done without a selfish motive acts as an instrument to purify your mind. That's what Hinduism believes in. So more service we do without any expectation from anything or from anybody is called ideal type of giving, which is called Nishkama giving or Nishkama Karma. There was a saint in Hinduism who is known as Raidasa. They say he was a big giver, but he was not a rich man. Then how he can become a big giver? Whenever he used to give something, food or anything to someone, he will bend his head and give. So people say, you are giving, be happy, show your face. He says a very nice few lines in Hindi. It's very simple. I will tell the translation also. He says, देनहार कोई और है भेजत जो दिन रैन लोग भरम हम पर करे तासो नीचो ने. Who is a giver? Giver is that one who sends day and night. That is the God. We are only a caretaker. We are the trustees of the property which we have.
Why is it that people should give their hard-earned money to help other people? When you ask yourself that basic question, I think, this is at the core of the whole idea of charity, of the whole idea of helping, of sharing. Why is it that this is something that is important, that is in fact a duty? In Judaism, it's a sacred obligation. And the question is why? Here goes the very core of the idea of tzedakah, of charity, and of chesed, of kindness in Judaism. God wants a world where people are going to give. That's how he created the world. In Jewish tradition, we find that the key to wealth is actually to give. So, which means to say, the more you give, the more God will bless you in return.
According to the teachings of the perfectly enlightened Buddha Sakyamuni, act of giving, donating, offering, or sharing is motivated throughout the loving kindness, compassion, and caring with concern. All these highly important activities of meritorious performance. These actions, while benefiting receivers, donors themselves also receive lots of benefit. Please remember, buy what is necessary, save as much as possible, and donate same time for the benefit of all those who are in need, who are little bit less fortunate.
故以身贯身，以家贯家，以乡贯乡，以国贯国，以天下贯天下。物何以知天下之然才？以此。So this verse actually translates to see others as ourselves, see our other family as our own family, other people town as our town, other people country as our country, and see the world as our world. Compassion is actually one of the core principles in Taoism, and is a three treasures in Taoism. Compassion is an ability and willingness to empathize with the suffering of others. According to Lao Tzu, the reputed author of the Tao Te Ching, compassion leads to courage.
Faith is this: our God is one who is so keen and willing to help even those who can't help themselves. Historically, you will see that charity and giving is very much in the DNA of Christianity. Giving with compassion, not only because of obligation, with strong empathy, is something that you can see in the history of Christianity. In fact, something to do good, to show compassion. It is not robotic way of doing, because we have to do, we institutionalize it. No, compassion and charity works together. We do it out of love, with emotion and empathy, and wanting to stand amongst them and give as sacrificially as we can by the grace of God.
In Sikhism, it's been founded on the principle seva, basically. Selfless service means seva. I think Swamiji also. And this example has set a precedence for Sikhs around the world that regardless of the situation, no matter how hostile it gets, you serve even your enemy. Because even in the enemy, the Creator resides.